Hi, welcome to our IELTS speaking test today. So I have a few questions. There were going to be 3 parts and you have to answer it all to complete. Okay, start with part 1. The first question that I want to ask you it is, does your name has any special meaning?
Well, yes, or maybe no, because I don't really think about that question, and I never asked my mom about that. So if you wanna know my special meaning, then I could actually go and ask my mom about it. Then I will tell you later. Or you can just search up my name on the internet or Google or any website that you can find.
Okay, the second question it is, does your name is important with you?
Well, I don't really know about that because that I never think of that. But let me get to the straight point. If you have a name, then people will easily recognize you with the other people and they could call you by that name. Or you could just search up on the internet and find a name that it suits you, or you find that it's like you love that name or like that name, and you can choose that as your own name.
Okay, the next question is, what is your personality?
I have two main kinds. The first one is I am very sociable. Like I am an extrovert. I talk with a lot of people and became like close to them, like a close friend or best friend with them. And the second one is introvert, which I don't like in a crowd. Like I just being a quiet kid or a quiet person in the crowd or in a group of friends because that's my personality is.
Okay, so the next question it is, what is your strong points and weak points?
Well, my strong point is that whenever I watch horror movies with my parents, my relatives, or even my friends, I don't easily get scared. I just like shock whenever the jump scares happen. That can also lead to my weak point, which is whenever I go to the dark, my body, my mind, well, think of like creepy pictures or like scary story about something on the internet, and that makes me kind of scared of the dark, and that is why I just keep running fast whenever I go to the dark.
Okay, so where are you from?
I was born in Vietnam, a place with a lot of historical places, and it also has delicious food like pho or bún bò bò or bún char or some sort of like that.
Okay, so which place do you like most?
Well, I was thinking of that, but my favorite place is my grandma's house because at that place I can actually go and play with my neighborhood because I have a lot of people that I love to play with them, and I can also do something that I like, which is running, screaming, or watching TV until midnight. Yeah, I often do a lot of that things every day if I stay with my grandma. And at night I can actually listen to the radio with my grandma, and that makes me feel very uncomfortable. That's why I love my grandma house.
Okay, the next part it is part 2. Describe something about your hometown. Okay, so tell me something about your hometown.
Okay, well, my hometown is Thailand. It's just a normal place for people outside, but for me, it's a exquisite place that you can never ever find it in your country. because that it has a lot of historical place and even beautiful place like HK or Green Tea Hill, it's very popular in my hometown. People there are very friendly, like they don't usually have fights or a lot of crimes in my hometown. And about traffic, well, sometimes maybe it's very noisy and busy, but usually it's, well, pretty quiet and not that noisy whenever it goes on the work time or when the people like get off from the work and go to their home.
Okay, congratulations. You just done part 2. The next it is part 3. The first question that I want to ask you is describe your favorite person, just like your family members or your relatives.
Well, my favorite family member is my mom. Because my mom is very funny and she is very talkative. She is amazing, gorgeous, and so beautiful that I can never imagine how she was in my mind. And yeah, she works as an employee in the bank, which is pretty normal to other people. But for me, it was pretty hard for her to do that job because that she has to stay at the office for so long that every time I go home from school, like I have to say that I never usually meet my mom a lot. Like I don't really know how to describe it. So yeah, I just tell that my mom often at the office a lot. And when she outside, she is very sociable. Like she talks with people a lot, and she is very easy to like when she got some problem, she will solve it very quickly. And I think that she is very thoughtful and conservative person. And when she is home, she is a person who has a lot of job, and she is very good at it. Like when I was ill in the COVID-19, yeah, I think it's that because I don't really know the words. And you know what? She is the doctor because she even takes care of me, even if my disease is very serious. She is a cook when she cooks for my family, and the food she served was delicious, and I cannot describe how delicious it was. And she also a teacher whenever I have a problem in homework, and she could help me if she is if she doesn't have a lot of work. So yeah, that's why I love her.
Okay, so I want to ask that why everyone always have a nice relationship with their hometown?
Well, because they stay there long and they are getting used to everything where they stay. So that is why they are. So that's why they love their hometown.
Again, so my next question is someone wants to live in their hometown forever. What do you think about that?
Well, I don't know, that's their decision. But for me, I think that they should go out another province or country to explore more. Then they can go to their hometown and upgrade it.
Okay, so what would you do to make your hometown become better?
Well, if I can go out to another country or province, I would learn from their improve the province or country. Like I want to learn like how they can be so famous. And when I can come back to my hometown, I will try to upgrade it.
Okay, so do you think that hometown could make your mind change?
Maybe because that if I am from another province like Hanoi, then I will be more aggressive and like a child who is very naughty and smoking, do drugs, or even do crazy things that can get me to jail. And if I live in Taiwan, which is now, then I will be this calm and kind and not like crazy when I am Hanoi. In Hanoi.
Okay, so my last question is, do you think that two people that lives in the same hometown has the same thoughts and why?
I don't really know. Well, maybe I don't because that every person has different thinking or different, well, personality. So they cannot have the same thinking like those robots. So yeah, that's it.
Oh, okay. Thank you for participating in this test. You just finished it. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.